I have never, ever seen this on the almost 250 boats I've done. It is bizarre. So what do you think of our new ski boat, dear?
It's very green. I like it.
Green? It's burgundy.
It's green.
Oh, what do we got on the inside then? Oh, it's growing quite the forest of weeds.
But it does have a sword in it, so.
A sword?
Looks like the Sword and Stone.
Oh, the ski post, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely seen better days.
Yeah. Yeah, it has.
Thankfully, we got this one home. This is the one we blew the tire out on.
Oh, right.
Had to replace the tire about a mile from home. We almost got it home.
We did good, though. Had it changed in, what, a minute?
Yeah. Alright, so while we go get our tools ready for this boat, here's a couple clips of us getting it. And the tire blowing out. These ones are buried up to the axles, both of them. All three axles, completely buried. Now, this one still has some air in the tires. I'm going to see if the Duramax can just eat it. Back up and give her a yank, see what happens. That one I haven't gotten to yet. But it looks like it's another Thunderbird, which is going to be interesting. Like that big tri-hull we did. And this one's in really good shape, dear.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll go right through that floor.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. This red one, though, is actually a true inboard. The engine is here in the center of the boat, and it's got a shaft going out underneath to an actual prop and rudder assembly.
Looks like a sword sticking out.
It's going to be interesting to see. Let's get the tires aired up and give it a try. Oh, look. We got even vines growing off the boat. All right, here we go. Drop her into 4. See what happens. The grass is wet, but we'll give her a go. Really don't want to pop those tires off the rims, but I got to get this thing out, and I don't want to... There we go. Yeah, she rolls.
Well, we almost made it home. We're about a mile from the house. And we got a flat tire.
It blew.
Yeah, we'll get it out when we get home to show you. So yeah, now we get to get all the fun stuff back out and fix her to get that last mile.
All right, we're going to get a couple of these little things out, like the seat. I got the doghouse out to access it. This is going to be something interesting, guys. I've never done a boat like this before in all my years of scrapping. This is a true inboard, as it should be for a classic ski boat. But not only that, I think this is a big block, a 454 engine, which I've never taken out of a boat before. But also, given that this is a true inboard, it's a direct drive. You got the velvet transmission here going into a shaft that goes underneath to the actual prop, and there's a rudder behind it. It doesn't have the standard I/O that we're accustomed to on this show. So, it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. I think I know how to get it off, though.
The 4 bolts on this side?
Yes, the engine has 2 mounting feet on it, and so does the drive. So we're going to take those off first, and then I believe we can separate it right there. But first off, let's get what we know. Now, I'm guessing they're 9/16, but let's see if I'm right. Well, they are, but they, without even turning it, just come right out. But it's a stainless steel, looks like, so.
These two look like they popped out. So where's the gas tank on this one? Oh.
4 of them I pulled out just by pulling out with my hand. A couple of these need a little persuasion with the crowbar, but this boat is definitely rotted. But they use nice stainless lag bolts because these are not rusted. Everything else is trashed except that. That part's nice. Alright, so now that we got that off, I'm going to zip this clamp off. The other one's already off it. I suspect we're probably going to have to cut these tubes because they look like they've been on since, well, long before either of us were ever born. I don't know that they're going to pry off.
Maybe they'll just disintegrate.
Well, they're probably just good enough not to do that.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm just not even going to bother. There should be a wire in that. Yep. Same for this side. That one did not have a reinforcement. Interesting. So, I think next, how we can do this is pry this little piece off. I mean, get the screwdriver out. Mm-hmm. This thing
just
is
assemble it correctly.
This thing is so rotted. So I got all 4 of those bolts out, and it's separated just a little bit. Let's see if... Yep, there we go. That's what I was hoping to see. Now, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to get this off from the bottom. I think, though, it looks to me... That's already hitting something. It looks to me as though if I were to take this... I need to get a different wrench. Basically, if I get these 2 set screws, I should be able to pull this cap off to slide. Then I can take the shaft and slide it out from the stern. But I'll have to get a different wrench for that. So let's get the engine out first.
That's all I got.
Alright. So, as many of you have noticed, I started using the ball mount for chains to be a little safer than just sliding it over here. However, on this particular boat, I can't really do that because this engine is going to be way too heavy all the way this far out. I've struggled with a 6-cylinder the other day with it, so I think I'm going to need as much engine power as I can. I need to get it as close to the tractor as I can to get as much lift power as I can to make this work. So, we're going to do without that this time. Alrighty, rotate it, dear. Okay, give her the throttle and give her the onions. Alrighty. Now we can access and see what we got. I've never done one of these, like I said, so there's a lot of cables that I'm not familiar with. Or quite the same way of coming off as like in standard Merc cruisers. Now the battery cables go all the way up into here. But for the purposes of removal, that's interesting. The shift cables came down underneath and up. Strange. Alright, that's fuel line, I think. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that one is. It looks like I got oil coming out of it. Yeah, it's coming out of the bottom of the block. That is strange. Alright, let's get it out. Let's get that plugged.
Can you help it?
So this is that oil one that it was leaking oil. It's fitting right in the bottom of the drain pan, or the bottom of the engine block. Comes to this hose. It was just capped off. I just looped the hose up here for now. I don't understand what that is for. Like, somehow remotely changing your oil? Like to suck it out as opposed to draining it? I'm not really sure. But we can look at the engine while it's out. Definitely rusty, but I don't see any cracks in it. Oh, that manifold's got a crack in it right there. Otherwise, it looks pretty clean. Alright, so we just pulled this seat out. It came out in many pieces because it's
Oh, there's an oar there.
There's a what?
There's an oar in like a little holder.
Oh, good find, yeah. Safety paddle, I guess.
I've never seen that. That's so funny. That'll do a lot of good if you get stranded.
On this big thing? Yeah. That's
not even an
good.
adjustable length.
Yeah, that's not going to do that much good at all on a 20-foot boat. But this is where I found the gas tank. It's a nice aluminum one, but it also is already... Looks like it's pretty much off already. Well, let's just see if we can pull it out.
Is it empty?
Well, seems like it, yeah.
That's rare.
That's a first. But it feels like it's getting hung up probably on the fill tube. Yeah, this is different. Alright, so the fill's on that corner, and there's some random one on this side. So I'm going to cut this one first, because it's accessible. If nothing else, maybe we can break it free, because a lot of this hose is pretty brittle. As with everything. Or just have it come off completely.
That will definitely go down as one of the easiest gas tanks.
37 gallons. But that is a really nice shape. That'll fetch some money. Alright. I think that's... Oh, well, there's the rudder. I guess let's take the rudder off first.
Okay.
And then we can go underneath it and see what we got. But...
Need some pliers?
For a second. I need... Yeah, for as rotted as everything else is. Beauty of using stainless. Despite having sat in a farm field for who knows how long. It's actually coming off. Alrighty. Now, to the underside of the boat. I loosened up the bolts on the top side for everything I could find. Let's see if I can pry these loose. Probably not. Because this is also got all kinds of silicone in it. Alright. was a 1/16. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, she was tight on there for a hand job, but not so much for the impact. Sometimes power tools just work better than by hand, as this is evidence of. But I don't know if I can get the key out of it, but we'll see. I think if I can get it around, of course not. Of course not. Let's see if I can persuade it out. One of the last things we're going to do is get out any scrap metal in this boat. Like really heavy duty battery cable. This stuff's like $1.50 a pound, I think, last time I was in. It's worth taking out. Some of this lighter wire, the control cables, it's a lot less money, but it's still worth something. So we're going to get it out before we take this to the landfill. But the wires, man, this boat's in crappy condition. Go up here. Piece. I don't know why, but the wiring's kind of seems very pieced together here. That's a nice piece of battery cable. Alrighty. Now imagine that's a fuel line. That's your steering cable. Control cable. That's also a control cable. So, another gas hose. I think that's going to do it for the copper. I've noticed a lot of these old boats have funny sayings on them. These are just little decals. Kind of funny. So that's about a wrap on this boat. From a blown out tire, you can see it is shredded. When we went and got it, when we pulled it out of that field, to being stripped out. I've never done one of these. It's been kind of a cool experience. I mean, I don't deal with solid brass rudders all that often, and that's probably 15 pounds of brass. Then they got more brass fittings here, and then the brass prop. Still working on getting it off the shaft. It's got a key in it, and it is not easy to get off. But all told, there's probably 40 plus pounds of brass here. I haven't taken that in a long time, but last time I did, it was like $2.85 a pound. So there's some decent money just in brass. Of course, I gotta pick some of the hottest days of the year to work on this thing. Too far. You may wonder why I'm doing this. The brakes on my truck have gotten pretty weak, and I can't shoot the boats off the trailers when they're on bunk trailers. I happen to have a roller trailer that works just great for that. So I'm going to actually switch this boat from this trailer, pull it off, and then I'm going to roll it onto the other trailer to take it to the landfill. Should make it easier. That's rotted. Holding this boat onto this trailer, but man, it is acting like something is. Aha! I did not know that. So I don't know if you can see it up there. There's 3 fins, look like brass fins, down the center line of this boat. I had no idea they were there. Yet another oddity about this boat that I didn't know. So, now I gotta get them off before I can get this thing off. Stay tuned. Buried under all this mud, I dug out, there's 6 bolts here, 6 here, feels like 6 back here that hold those individual fins on. And of course my battery dies. Well, take two. These nuts keep wanting to get stuck. Alright, I think that's the 6 for that one. Oh, and of course that one's just going to spin. Man, these things just keep getting stuck in there. Alright. I think that's all of them. So these are the 3 fins that are giving us trouble. They were sticking on the bottom. They must be acting like some sort of a keel for this boat, for swimming or for skiing purposes. I have never, ever seen this on the almost 250 boats I've done. It is bizarre. But, positive side, each one of those is 5-6 pounds of brass. There's another 40 bucks. Now we're going to take it off again. Take 2.